So just to introduce myself, I'm Fern. I'm a level 3 PT and pre and postnatal coach, as well as pre and postpartum athleticism coach. That's more focused towards functional training and CrossFit and weightlifting while pregnant. Also CrossFit level 2 and level 1. I've done many things, aerobics, all that kind of stuff. Just a very short intro, but I've been working in the industry for over 11 years. I'm currently in Norway, and I did mention last week that I would post a little video for you to get doing some fitness in the last trimester along with me. Here's my bump. So I've managed to keep training throughout the time. Obviously, it's going to depend on your level, so I'm going to keep it pretty basic and give you options to make it easier or harder if you would like. The key here is to see how your body's feeling, what symptoms, if you're getting any symptoms afterwards or during, then maybe you need to stop the movement that you're doing. Symptoms I'm talking about is any kind of discharge or pain in the pelvic region and the back. Obviously, we wouldn't want any bleeding or anything like that, any contractions starting, not able to breathe as well, all that kind of stuff you need to be considerate of. So please just be aware. This is a very quick kind of overview of what you should be looking out for. If you need more one-to-one guidance, I do offer also one-to-one training, but this was just something I wanted to offer as I'm also training myself, and it sounded that a few of you ladies would also like to do something as you get towards birth. So we're going to start very simply with an EMOM. EMOM means every minute on the minute for so many minutes. I'm going to just describe to you the movements that I want you to do today, and then you can set up a clock yourself. And you can choose to do this 3 rounds, 5 rounds, whatever it is you're feeling today. I would recommend 3 to 5 rounds is a good number to do. And it also means you're keeping the workout relatively short, somewhere between 9 and 15 minutes, which means you're getting your exercise in, but it's not having to take stress from the day if you don't have much time. So let's get started. So for the purposes of today, I'm in the gym. So I have got a box that I'm going to use, but you can also use a chair, a table, something sturdy that's going to hold your weight. And you don't have to use the box, and I'm going to give you all the options. So the first movement we're going to do, and this is going to be a full body workout, the first movement will be a normal air squat, which means a body weight squat. So we're going to stand around hip width apart, shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider, if we can keep the knees tracking in line, okay? So we're going to go here, we're going to squat down and stand up. Squat down and stand up. Keeping your back nice and tight here, and we're not leaning back at the top, we're just keeping straight and neutral. Down and up. If it's a bit challenging, if you're not able to come all the way down, then we can go to a box or a chair. Okay, so that's going to be movement number 1, and we're doing an EMOM. I'm going to put in the notes how long you will work on each movement, but you're going to move at your own pace. If you're feeling good and want to get your heart rate up, move a bit quicker. If you need to just move and not do much, then just move a bit slower. Movement number 1. Movement number 2, we're going to do something called shoulder taps. This can be done on the floor in a plank position, but I find at the moment, to avoid too many symptoms here in the stomach area, that I like to do this on top of a raised surface, which will make it easier to avoid too much pressure pushing forwards in the core, or you can do it on your knees on the floor. That also will be fine. Tight body position, tap the opposite shoulder. Trying not to move the hips. On the floor, it's going to look like this. Leaning forward slightly. Okay, so that's movement number 2. Then we're going to come to our final movement for today, and that movement is going to be a core movement. It's perfectly fine to train core during the pregnancy, and it's important to look for symptoms like you're getting a coning or a pushing out of pressure coming forwards, or a pushing of pressure coming down, which we don't really want to feel. So we need to support this with breathing. Not going to go into all the different breathing strategies that we can, but I will just going to show you the one that I like to use on this kind of movement. This will be useful if you have an object with a little bit of weight, but it doesn't need to be heavy. So I'm going to use a kettlebell because I have the equipment, but you can use a bag filled with something, some cans, the baby carrier, you know, whatever you want to use, that's absolutely fine. I have my kettlebell. I'm going to do oblique side movements. So I'm going to be standing tall, hip width apart, come down, stand up. Once you've done one side, you can switch and do the other side. Again, I'm not trying to shift my hips, I'm just moving them here. So I'm working my obliques. So that's going to be your little quick workout for this week. I'm going to try to be posting one every week. You can follow along. This is my YouTube channel. I also have my Instagram, which is burnlikefern, and burnlikefern.mvmt. You can check out my website as well. I have www.burnlikefern.com. And I do one-to-one, as I said, online personal training, but also just online programming for those that would like to work with it. So just send me any questions. If you do the workout and you film something, feel free to tag me. It's always great for me to see people doing my workouts. So have fun, and I hope that this gets you moving.